Well, that should be a good fight, a really good fight to savour now. And a man who's never involved in a dull one. They call him Kid Dynamite. David Walker, a couple of back from the brink wins have earned him a great following, and he doesn't disappoint. Andy Butlin, Yorkshireman, come forward battler, last month had a career best performance. He went to Glasgow and held an unbeaten prospect to a draw. Let's join the action.
Well, the popular David Walker, who's sold a few tickets in his time in the silver-coloured trunks here, fights out of Sid Cup in Kent. It's only his second fight in the last 2.5 years, in with Andy Butlin of Huddersfield. First contest of 2008 for Walker, who starts brightly here, 31 years of age. Now, he's been in a couple of notable thrillers in his time with Paul Dyer and Spencer Fearon that have been talked about around the boxing bars of Britain, well, ever since, really.
Yeah, he's in a few good fights after a promising career, but it just, over the last few months, he hasn't done very much at all, so maybe just fell out of love with boxing a bit.
Yeah, you have to wonder about the long absences and how much might be left, whether he's just going through the motions a little towards the end of his professional career, or does he really mean business? Butlin, the opponent, 26 years of age from Huddersfield, 2 wins out of 4 so far, 1 defeat, 1 draw, so he's a novice pro. It's almost back to the beginning. This is the kind of opponent Walker would have been meeting right at the start of his career.
Yes, it is, just like going back in time for him, covering old steps. But Butlin is a lot younger, coming off a decent draw in his last fight over Paul Byrne, so might come here with a little bit of confidence, and Walker would still be a good name to get on his record.
Walker was exposed when he moved up in level, beaten by Roman Karmazin, who went on to become IBF champion. That was in a European title fight, and he lost to Jamie Moore as well in a challenge for the British light middleweight title back in 2005. Hasn't done very much since then. Looks fit though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does look fit. I think there was a few doubts about his dedication when he was in his prime, so I wonder if he's got the hunger back.
Maybe he has. Butlin's been quite busy himself in this opening round, successful with a couple of jabs and then a right hand, of course, for him. It's a great name to get on his record, isn't it?
Yeah, but it would be a very good win. Certainly move him up a little bit. But a novice in professional standards, Butlin.
Bit of reddening around the eye, and he's caught by a good right hand there from Walker. Butlin wearing something, a little motif on the back of the short saying "truth without fear." I'm not quite sure what that means, but it sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good, doesn't it? Well, he doesn't need to be scared of David Walker. He's been caught with a good right hand, and that might have just taken a little bit from Butlin.
Put that shot well, Walker, who looked quite sharp at times in that opening round offensively anyway. Second round, silver trunks, David Walker. Probably won the first round. Produced one particularly good right hand, as you saw there on the replays. Left hand comes back though. It's a good shot that from Butlin, who last month had a career best performance going to Glasgow and held the unbeaten local hope Paul Burns to a draw. That will lift him. He'll believe in himself a bit more after that.
Well, he's getting through with some decent right hands, Walker. That might just be subduing the confidence of Butlin. He needs to try and use that jab a little bit more, which is a good punch. He's rocked the head back of David Walker several times.
Good right hand over the top there. And a little uppercut on the inside as well from Butlin.
Yeah, Walker not having much idea inside, was he?
He's busy though, Butlin.
Yeah, I like to see him keep the centre of the ring and use that jab a little bit more. That's how he can negate the right hand of David Walker.
And the right hand has looked the punch that works best too for Walker so far. He's trying it through the middle again there. But it's good action so far between these two.
Yeah, it's the sort of fight that Walker needs if he's to be serious about getting back into boxing. Butlin's come here to try and get a win.
And he's trying to put the pressure on as well.
There's a bit of success with that right uppercut inside Andy Butlin. Just rocking the head back.
It's been quite highly tried as this Andy Butlin in his career. On his debut, and he'd only had 14 amateur fights, they put him in with the unbeaten puncher Martin Conception, and he was blown away inside a round. I don't know who made that match, but it wasn't a very clever idea.
Yeah, that kept him out of the ring. That really sickened him, as it would when he was out of the ring for a long time. But he's got a little bit of talent. I'd like to see Butlin just try and keep the centre of the ring and use that left jab more, just to unsettle the rhythm of Walker.
Having some success with that left jab as well. Butlin, there it is again, popping it out, bit of movement as well. Walker certainly not having things all his own way. It's very difficult, isn't it, Glenn, to be out of the ring, then come back, have the odd fight, then back again.
Yeah, upsets your rhythm. You need to keep going, nice and steady.
Here we go with round 3, silver trunks, David Walker. Which I suppose it almost is a comeback, isn't it, when he's been out of the ring for 9 months now. Fast start to the round from him. He wants to put Butlin in his place, but at the moment, Butlin's been pretty competitive in this contest.
Well, Walker seems to be trying very hard to get his successes. But when he is in close, he's pretty easy to be hit. Getting some decent success, Andy Butlin in close.
A few left hooks landed there. Walker having to cover up. Remember, he was decked 3 times when he was pulling with Roman Karmazin. It was a bit out of his league, to be honest with him.
Well, just the feeling, Butlin just growing in confidence, starting to get a few more punches off.
Good punches from Walker with the right hand in particular there as they work on the inside.
Yeah, if he was getting the punches off Ian, but the one really landing. And there's the uppercut again that gets through.
He landed 3 of those in the space of about a quarter of a minute there, Butlin. His spirit will not be subdued. If Walker thinks that he's on an easy return here, he's got another thing coming.
Yep, there's that solid jab from Butlin, who's coming forward, taking the rhythm away from Walker, but that was good.
And crackingly timed punch, the right hand from Walker, whose career record reads 24 wins in 28 fights. Not bad. And some people still have him in the top 10 list, despite his comparative inactivity. That's at welterweight, but tonight he's weighing 11 stone 4.5, which is up near a middle.
Yeah, and he's making hard work of this one. Butlin getting success, just picking away with shots.
Good right cross from Walker as he stepped away there. There's a little cut on the right cheekbone now of Butlin.
But Butlin pretty solid, working away, just throwing a few more shots than Walker in this round.
Not accurate in that attack though, not picking the punches quite so well. Well, it's hard work for David Walker.
Down. Win that round.
Nice left hook from Andy Butlin, just steadied Walker in his tracks, and then a little barrage from Butlin as he knew he just stunned Walker a little bit with that punch. Not liking it inside, is he? Getting caught with that right uppercut time and time again.
Do it again. Keep
And
it together.
the computer printout showing that Butlin's landed a couple more punches so far, though Walker's had the better economy rate.
Okay, keep bobbing and weaving, bringing him up, okay? And let your backhand go a few times, okay? Control.
Walker can't afford to lose this, can he?
No, really can't. Nowhere for him to go if he does, but this isn't easy.
Can't quite, so far, get Butlin under control, David Walker. Just wonder about his levels of motivation at this stage of his career. It's hard to go back and fight novice pros again when you've been in championship fights and been talked about as a possible future star. Wrong side of 30 now, all that kind of thing.
And I'm sure it's hard for Walker. He might have thought this was going to be quite an easy job, and it's turning out to be a lot tougher than that. So he's got to try and build himself up and do a lot more work, David Walker.
Butlin probably won that last round. Walker started fast in this session. If he can keep it going, those are good punches. Oh, a right and then a left hand, and down goes Butlin. And Walker suddenly rolls back the years there.
Yeah, good combination, nice and fast.
Tracking 1-2 from Walker. He says, look, this is what I'm about. I've done a bit more than you in my career, and I intend just to prove it. Just blinking away sweat, maybe, Walker. Butlin got in with a right hand there.
Still looks dazed, doesn't he, Butlin?
Not so much life in the legs. Walker knows it. He's looking for punches that might conclude the argument.
Yeah, he's looking subdued, Butlin. Walker really needs to pile the pressure on now.
He's still hurt. Reins in the punches. Is the referee going to step in? He thought about it, I think, for a moment there. Jeff Hines lets it go on. There's now blood around the mouth of Butlin. Big shift in emphasis in this round. At last, Walker is dominant.
Yeah, now he's took over control, Walker. Looking for the finish.
He just couldn't have afforded to slip up against a four-fight novice tonight. Butlin very spirited early, but Walker's had him on the floor in this round, and there's no doubt about it, the man from Huddersfield is in a bit of a daze in this session.
Tries to get some uppercuts, working on the inside, Butlin. Head starting to clear, maybe.
Trying to buy time. He needs the bell to end the round, of course, Butlin. Good defensive instincts, covers up well, finds a hiding place somewhere around the ropes, and the bell comes to rescue him at the end of the round, and he'll need that whole minute.
Get a good blow, get a good blow. Sit back. Listen, Andy. He's shot his bolt now. Hey, listening. He's going to come out big swinging. I want you to go out this round.
Well, it's one of the great psychological ploys. He goes back to the corner after that torrid round, and his corner man says to him, he shot his bolt now.
Well, if he's tired, he's only tired because he's been hitting Butlin for most of the 3 minutes. That was a good round for David Walker. Hurt Andy Butlin, had him on the floor, kept the pressure on, and there's that little clip with the left hook on the chin. Right hand gets through and then throws the left to the top of the head.
good combination from David Walker. Here's round 5. He's in the silver trunks. A man who played to a few rave notices early on in his career. Mr. Excitement, some people called him. There was a minute long enough for Butlin.
Well, Butlin got to find something big, get himself back in the fight. He's cleared his head, needs to get his jab working. Now taking the fight to Walker.
Oh, 2 uppercuts. Big rally from Butlin. What credit, what heart from him. What a fight back. He certainly shook Walker up a bit, and there's a bit of blood around Walker's face as well.
Yeah, looks like a little cut to the left eye for Walker.
This is turning into some scrap, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's a good round, and, you know, in the Butlin corner, maybe they're right. Maybe he did work very hard, and there isn't a great deal left in stamina for Walker.
Punched himself out, perhaps. Perhaps. Walker tries to come back again, but he's got blood now, I think. It's actually obscuring the vision a bit by that left eye, you know.
Gets his own uppercut on, and then the jab back from Butlin, who's game.
Game and super fit as well, Andy Butlin.
Very good right hand went in there from Butlin as well.
He's sagging a bit, you know, Walker, in this round. He's finding this very, very hard, and there's the cut damage too, which might need an inspection here. He's claiming he was butted, Walker. Dabs the blood away. Finds a good combination right after that. Looks to dish it back to Butlin.
Well, this is testing the heart and the commitment of Walker, isn't it?
There's something about this guy, David Walker. He does seem to be in good fights, doesn't he?
Yeah, he makes them exciting. He's a little bit vulnerable, but he's got a big heart.
Oh, it's a lovely shot, right cross. Left hook again. Tries to find another one. Butlin took it. Fires back with the jab. This is a tremendous effort, this, from Butlin, who just keeps on throwing leather. He's not landing with it all, but my goodness me, how he's rallied in this round.
Yeah, tremendous comeback, and he's taking the fight to Walker, and he's hurting him. Good shots to the chin, the uppercut, the left hook.
Terrific round, this one. You won't see too many better than this on an undercard on a British promotion. Great round of boxing. Hats off to the pair of them, but particularly to Andy Butlin for his comeback after being floored in the previous round.
Listen to me, mate. You need a solid last round and you'll get this, all right? You've got to put the shots together solid, all right?
What a great round of boxing. He had to hang in there. David Walker showed great commitment, didn't he? Andy Butlin just kept throwing punches, the uppercut going in. He hurt Walker, and this fight is pretty close.
Yeah, I think Butlin's won a couple of rounds. There was a 10-8 round, remember, though, for Walker to consider. Butlin's landed a few more punches in the fight. Robert McCracken was saying in the corner there to Walker, look, just have a solid last round, you can win the fight. You've got it level, Glenn.
Yeah, I've got it all on this last round, and I think it really is who wants this more in this last round.
This could be some final 3 minutes here. Butlin in the black trunks, remember, David Walker, the old star in the silver. Does Butlin want it that bit more? He's the pro who's only had the 4 fights. He's the younger man by 5 years.
He's also a lot fresher, you know, he hasn't been through the tough fights that Walker has. So, you know, maybe he might have a little bit more left in the last round.
There's that uppercut that's worked a lot for Butlin in this fight. It could depend on this final round. Both looking a bit more tired now, you'd understand that. Again, he dabs away the blood by the left eye, Walker.
The uppercut again lands from Butlin. Butlin's trying, but maybe he's very tired in the last round. Can't get his punches going.
Not exactly what David Walker had in mind tonight. He looked to re-establish himself, maybe even think of possible championship opportunities somewhere down the line. But this fellow Butlin has given him all the trouble he can handle.
Yeah, this is probably going to remind him how tough this game is.
Both of them missing a lot in this final round. Walker's still troubled by that blood around his left eye.
Yeah, he's landed a few more shots, maybe just the cleaner punches, the better style from Walker.
Oh, he landed a good left hook and then an uppercut too. Good accuracy, even as he gets tired from Walker. And a lovely countering right too. He's winning this last round for me,
yeah.
David Walker.
Yeah, he is. He's using his experience, isn't he, and his ring know-how in there. He's making Butlin miss, and then he's catching him with counters.
Another right-hander, so just that little bit more accurate, Walker, not wasting quite as many.
Yeah, he's holding in close. Maybe just ring know-how might get him the victory he needs in this fight, Walker.
Last few seconds, we're coming up to the bell here now. I think Walker's just done enough to win this. Bearing in mind he had a knockdown in his favour in a 10-8 round as well. We'll find out in a second. There's the bell to end it. Walker does get it. But that was a terrific scrap between those two. And David Walker, whatever you say about him at this stage of his career, he's still a man who knows how to give the fans what they want by way of terms of entertainment.
Yeah, still going to entertain, but you know, he's got to look at that. It was a tough fight.
Look at that, 78 to 77 on landed punches, according to our computer printout at the end. I think Walker ended that with total respect, though, for Andy Butlin, who I think produced a splendid performance in defeat. His reputation will go up in defeat, won't it, because of that?
It certainly will. Got a good draw last time, and then he's lost this one, but he's certainly not lost a lot because he boxed really, really well.
What was the margin? We'll find out now from our MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Jeff Hines, scores the contest 58 points to 57 in favor of your winner, Kid Dynamite, Dave Walker.
So it looks like Walker won it in the last round with a 1-point victory there.
Could have been a draw in my eyes, but I want to get a British title. I'm back with Mick. Can chase him more back in the gym, so I had a little break, got married, got a kid, got another one on the way. But I believe there's more in there. Bit tired, I had a cold last week, no excuses. This man's a great fighter. You could have beat me, mate. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah? But
No, it's fine.
I'm learning in the gym with Robert. I'm learning all the time, so hopefully I can win the title. I'm 31 now. Been a pro for 7 years. Boxing, I'm 21. I love the boxing. Rob runs everywhere away from me, but I believe there's more in there. And Mick. As soon as I'm fit, I can win the title. So this man, what a tough fighter.
Andy, how did you come back from that 4th round knockdown?
It was just a flash knockdown. It was just lapse of concentration. That's all it was. I felt him make a bang right from the beginning, and it was just one little lapse, and that's what caught me. So.
Experience, I think, told a little bit. A bit like me when I boxed Jimmy Vincent. Experience at the time. I believe I'll go further, and I believe this man can win titles. I hope he keeps it up. I learned stuff off him, you know. Good fighter, I swear.
Yeah. David Walker is one of those fighters, if you put him in with your nan, it would produce a thriller.
He loves the game. He loves excitement. He will give you everything. You know, you want to see a tear up. Go see David Walker box. He'll give it his all. On
a serious note, though, he's been out of the ring, only his 2nd fight in 29 months. How many more of those sort of fights can he go through?
Exactly. You know, you can't keep boxing like this. Kid, Butlin only had, that was his 5th amateur fight. He only had 5th professional fight. He had 14 amateur fights. So that shows the level of his experience. So basically, Walker boxed at European level. He should be dealing with these boys pretty easily. So he really wants to consider how far he wants to go on in boxing.